that you're both a lawyer and you have a background in the alcohol industry.
That's right.
How's your prior experience translating to what you're seeing now working with cannabis clients at this point in time in this place in Canada?
Well, I mean, it's really an interesting space given that cannabis obviously has immediately fallen into another one of these vice industry categories. It is a highly regulated sector, as alcohol is, but certainly banking is financial services is viewed as a highly regulated sector as well. Transportation, rail transportation is viewed as a highly regulated sector. Yeah. So they're not the only ones that are out there, but certainly there's unique flavors there. I work as a senior associate on provincial regulatory and legislative issues, but ultimately came to this, as you said, with the legal background, but also in the alcohol sector. And so for cannabis, we're seeing first and foremost for those who are directly in the field, so like the licensed producers or those associated with them, really compliance and just understanding what they can and cannot do. That's kind of going to be table stakes, and it's got to be table stakes for the next period going forward, not only because they're going to have to deal with a variety of legislators and regulators, mostly provincially based in terms of those liquor regulators, who are now going to be liquor and cannabis regulators that I've certainly dealt with in the alcohol sector, but also just the fact that there is a very significant desire to make sure that there is compliance within this sector. And while leading up to October 17th, on the marketing side, as an example, we saw a lot of, say, questionable or just pushing the line tactics that were taking place by a lot of those licensed producers. Part of that was because the legislation that said you could not do this was introduced, but it wasn't in force. Well, now it's in force. And so there's a lot of different things that people are going to have to be aware of and make sure that they're on the right side of the law, because otherwise, or at least the right side of the regulations, so that they make sure that they're not running into penalties, they're not running into fines, and certainly they're not running into things that might cause their license to be under question.